All right, jobless numbers out. First-time unemployment claims, people filing first-time unemployment claims, they rose again last week. 428,000 people filed for their first week of unemployment benefits. Now, they thought it was going to be brutal. The Labor Department expected a little over 400,000, 417,000. And it was much worse than they even thought. It ended up being 428,000. And since April, the initial claims have chopped around 400,000 people fallen off, but still, it's too weak to bring the unemployment number down. It's currently 9.1. The best it'll do, the best you can hope for anytime soon, is for it to maintain. And it could at some point slip a little bit. Not good. The problem is we've had high unemployment and a bad economy for so long. The longer it lasts, the more it's going to hurt. The deeper the hole is, the harder it is to climb out. It's further to climb out. And I don't know if you've noticed inflation cropping up already, but I'm seeing it all over the place. Oh, with food and all kinds of stuff. Little, 50 cents here, $1 there, and you add it up. How much more are you paying for your groceries right now? Oh, my golly, it is a significant increase from just a couple of years ago. And initially, when the economy was first starting to sour, we heard a lot of things. Well, the economy's bad and that, but also, you've got different things like corn going to ethanol and all these things. It's going to drive up the price, and sure, that has something to do with it. But the bottom line is the economy is not bad, and these companies are not making the same amounts of money. And what happens? They've got investors screaming at them, listen, we need profits. Otherwise, we're not going to invest in your company. You got to remember something. When people are investing, and they say, oh, these evil corporations just in it for the dollar, their shareholders are screaming for profits. It's not the company just saying, well, we've got to screw people over and make as much money. Yeah, they're trying to make money. But because everybody invested in it is saying we must make money. If they don't, those dollars are going elsewhere. So some other company gets it. It's the nature of competition. And that's what's going on right now. People are always going to look for those profits. So they got to get it. Laying people off, cutting salaries back, do more with less, and in some cases raise those prices, what you're seeing right now. So the president has his jobs plan. This is hilarious. The president, whether he's supported or not, is moving around the country in those key states to try to get reelected. That's what this is really about. Make a big show that he has a plan so he can get reelected, because he recognizes, of course, that his plan will probably not see the light of day because the Republicans control the House, and they're not going to let it see the light of day anytime soon. And they're both jockeying for position, playing that great chess match. But you gotta give him credit. He is good at stirring it up. The president is good at making a spectacle. So he was in North Carolina. Started off in Richmond, Virginia. Then he came to Columbus. He was in North Carolina. And somebody from the audience yells out, "I love you, Barack." And he responds accordingly. Listen to the clip.
We need to build an economy that lasts. And Raleigh, that starts now. I love you back. That starts. But if you love me, you got to help me pass this bill.
What?
If you love me, you got to help me pass this bill.
If you love me, you've got to help me pass this bill. Wait, what the hell does that mean? How about if you think this bill is a good idea, you've got to pass this bill? It's a good idea, so please call people. It's if you love me, pass it. What a ridiculous notion. I give him credit. He recognizes the power of his personality has dragged people in the direction he wants them to go for a long time. But is that really the message you want? I don't care who it is. Even people that I support, even ideas and politicians and elected servants that I like. If they said, if you love me, then vote for this, I'd tell them to pound salt. What, are you kidding me? I will support the ideas that are good ideas. If you love me, vote for this. You know what this sounds like? It sounds like the people that stay in a bad relationship. Now, you see them on Jerry Springer, right? They come out, they They argue, they lay out all of their problems, they air their dirty laundry, and Jerry says, wait a minute. Let me get this straight, Sharon. So he beats the snot out of you all the time. He's put you in the hospital. He's been having an affair with your 3 sisters, the neighbor girl, and even molesting kids down the street. He's an ex-con. He doesn't work. Why would you stay with him? Because I love him, Jerry. I love him so. You love him? Wait a minute. You love him? What do you love about him? He beats you up. He's been having affairs. He doesn't work. He says, I love him, though, Jerry. That's what these people sound like. If you think it's a good idea, fine, vote for it. But are you really voting for things because you love the person who puts it out there? I'm not voting for any politician because I love them. No. I vote for them because I think they bring the right ideas to the table. They're going to do the right things. If you love me, you got to help me pass this bill. How about if you love the bill, you got to help me pass it? This love fest. Can you imagine any other politician, any other president in history? I love you back. Washington, Jefferson, FDR, Reagan, Clinton, anybody. I love you. I love you back. And if you love me, help me pass this bill. No. Pass the bill because it's a good idea. All right, a couple of quick calls here. George wants to comment on. How are you, George?
I'm doing fine. I just listened to your tape that you played of Barack, and I love you back. And the thing
I love you too, George. Oh, you were talking about the clip. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I was misunderstanding. Yes, sir.
You got it in the moment there. I understand.
I understand.
If you listen to it, this is Barack, who can't complete a sentence without a teleprompter, and this guy didn't even seem to have it finished when he came right back with, I love you back, man. You kind of feel like this was staged.
Well, listen, the whole crowd is staged. Not just him. When Republicans and everybody do this too, they know this is their moment. The whole reason they do this is to get publicity, and they don't want publicity where people are challenging them or it's yeah, okay, great. They got to get that fire out there. So the whole crowd was. Whether this guy was or not, that remains to be seen. Let me play that clip again, and you listen for yourself if he came back pretty quickly with it or not to understand what George is talking about.
We need to build an economy that lasts. And Raleigh, that starts now. I love you back. That starts.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. Play the beginning of that one more time. Start that over. Let me hear this from the beginning one more time. Let's see how it comes back pretty quickly there. Here we go.
We need to build an economy that lasts. And Raleigh, that starts now. I love you back.
Plant? Well, I will say this. That is not the first time the president has said, I love you back, or some form of that. And he's used to he's used to doing these rallies. He's used to doing that. I mean, he's a seasoned politician now. He's used to, being out on the stump. So that is not the first time he's said something like that or that people have yelled that out. So maybe he has that as a stock line ready to go. I mean, you get used to doing that when you're on the stump. You have certain things out there and you react. The other part is what was new, though. If you love me, pass this bill. As part of the re-election campaign, Obama's team has launched attackwatch.com. This is a site that is looking for attacks against the president. People saying things that maybe he wouldn't agree with or that they say is inaccurate, whatever. And what they're asking people to do is send them information so they can dispel anything that they don't agree with. They say it's resources to fight back. Attackwatch.com. They say you got to pay attention, be vigilant, know what's going on, and then report it. That's basically the mantra. Now, I'm going to put a link to attackwatch.com. But I also have a link on my blog right now at 700WLW.com to a little parody that somebody put out. It's like 3.5, 4 minutes long, something like that. I'm only going to play part of it. But they're just parodying, doing a parody of this site. Attack Watch. A president saying, hey, pay attention and report anything. It's a little paranoid, isn't it? Here's the parody of it. This is the parody of AttackWatch.com.
James O'Keefe found the hidden camera placed in his shower by a Media Matters senior fellow who shall go unnamed. What a buzzkill. Attack Watch! On December 9th, 2010, Sarah Palin sent a tweet recommending books by C.S. Lewis. President Obama won't turn America into a theocracy like Sarah Palin, who has a retard baby. Attack Watch! This is Emmanuel Goldstein. He hates President Obama. Just look at that guy. What a douche. Oh, ugh. He makes me want to puke all over the screen. Right-wing, Zionist, imperialist, corporatist, propagandist. That's Emmanuel Goldstein. Attack Watch! We can only win in 2012 if you commit to put your ear to your neighbor's keyhole. Attack Watch!
Paid for by Obama for America. Obama 2012. Because you still really hate George Bush, right?
Oh, we missed we missed part of the part I wanted. The part where it's the same, but it's in Spanish. Yeah, you can see it yourself. Just go to 700WLW. Doc Thompson at 700WLW. Fox 19 Storm Tracker forecast. All right, you got mostly sunny skies this afternoon. High of only around 65, but pretty nice. Partly cloudy skies tonight, overnight low 45. Sun and cloud mix tomorrow with a high around 67. It's currently 52 at 700 WLW. Now, I start thinking about something. If they're telling you to pay attention and then report what you see, isn't that the same thing they tell us about terrorism? If you pay attention and then report what you see. Isn't that what they tell us at the airports? Rich Hoffman joins me now. Rich Hoffman calling in. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm great. I just had to confess that.
Yes, sir.
When I heard your thing, it reminded me. I heard that they had the Attack Watch website, and I felt guilty. So I turned myself into them today and put on there all the incidents that I thought that Obama was over his head as a manager, and I didn't think he could even manage a McDonald's, let alone a country. And then he's an eternal campaigner.
I just thought maybe you reported your own criticisms. You could do that, couldn't you? I mean,
yeah, I did.
Oh, gotcha.
All the things I'd ever written about.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So they could see for themselves, and then they can come get me if they'd like to.
Good. I'm glad you, as a local blogger, have reported yourself, because you've got to pay attention and then report what you see, just like at the airports.
Must be responsible.
That's it.
Must be responsible. Must be responsible.
Rich, I just got an email from Mike who said, Doc, maybe he was going after the Cougar vote or the Justin Bieber demographics.
Oh,
maybe that's what it is. The all-important Cougar and Justin Bieber demographics for an election.
Yes. That's all he's ever thinking about is what he's going to do, how he's going to get elected, and how he's going to twist somebody else's arm. But this is really over the top. I don't get. Can you think of any president that's ever done something like this?
I don't care who it is, Democrat, Republican. It's just a ridiculous spectacle. I mean, that's what you've gotten to. This shows that it's not about substance. It's all that marketing, and this goes back to the Kennedy-Nixon debates and on TV. I mean, think of Back to the Future. Well, of course, your president has to be an actor because he's got to be good on TV. The whole thing, they're right.
But it reminds me of like a high school kid that's like, hey, I'm going to be the most popular kid in school. Tell me if someone says something about me so we can look at them. That's what it's like.
Tell me if somebody doesn't like it's Raymond on Everybody Loves Raymond, right?
Yeah.
I can't stand when somebody doesn't love me. Tell me who it is. I'll make them love me.
Yes.
The force of my will.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anybody ever yelling to John Boehner, I love you, Johnny.
Who would do that?
Well, exactly.
Right,
I'm not sure he's that likable. I'm not sure that just quite fit that.
And who wants a likable politician?
I love you, Mitt. Mitt, I love you. Rick Perry.
I love you, man.
Not sure they're that likable either. All right. Well, I'm glad you've turned yourself in, and I would encourage everybody else to turn themselves in if they've done anything.
Everybody should.
Yeah.
Everybody should. It's your duty.
And you know what, Rich? That shows you how ridiculous this whole attack watch thing is anyways, because they can't be serious. First of all, even if it was only populated with information and reports from people that were very serious and very concerned, they would be overwhelmed. He doesn't have enough people to even funnel through 10% of the things that people will post. But at least half, maybe more of those are going to be idiots out there, goofballs going,
exactly.
Just let's give them the business. Let's make a joke out of it.
But the thing is, it's his organization. This isn't some branch off. This is his campaign.
Right, it's Obama for America or whatever his campaign. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks. No, the whole thing's nonsensical. Not because it's him, because they're not actually going to do what they say. They're not looking into all that. They're not getting information. No, it's just to put it out there so people go to the web and then claim that he is being a victim. He's playing the victim card. That's all. Got Jim in Delhi. How are you? Hello, Jim. Are you there, sir? Okay, let's go to Martin in Eaton.
Hey, Doc. How you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Good. Hey, previous caller just talked about how he couldn't imagine someone saying, "I love you, John," like John Boehner.
Yeah, I can't imagine a lot of people.
Believe it or not, they did. They were talking, what he was doing is like he was crying and being real emotional about something or other.
Right.
Then someone, "Oh, I love you, John." I don't know. Maybe it is some sort of stage thing to make us, the masses, feel support for these people.
Well, I don't think the individual ones are like that was staged. I think in general they try to populate it with people that'll be supportive and enthusiastic. I mean, we know behind the politician when they speak, they make sure to pick people that are diverse and all of this garbage and whatever.
Yeah, I tell you what, to me, I mean, I might just be, I used to actually kind of think that maybe the politicians really had our interests at heart. But I think as I grow older and older, I'm becoming more cynical and jaded towards this whole political process. The Republicans, the Democrats, they're so anti each other. But when you really pay attention to what they're saying, it's the exact same thing. It's like they're on the same team.
When they yelled that to Boehner, where were they? Do you remember roughly where they were?
It was some sort of like little thing. Maybe when he was given like the the speaker position again.
Oh, okay.
And you know what's so irritating? He's already been speaker, but when he became speaker again, everyone acts like, "Oh, well, look, this is the first time this has ever happened. Look how new this is."
What was his response? Did he yell, "I love you" back, or was he too choked up?
No, he was way more, reserved as far as his demeanor.
He didn't say, if you love me, you'll help elect Republicans or pass bills or anything.
Probably something to that effect. I don't know. It was the whole we're going to get down to work and roll up our sleeves and solve the world's problems. It's been like with President Bush, I actually voted for President Clinton too, but it has been the same thing over and over and over and over and over. It's a never-ending struggle of just mediocrity.
I saw a report today, a story, and I haven't had a chance to read the entire thing. I just got a chance to glance at it before I got on the air, about them saying what's really holding the economy and a lot of stuff back, not because of individual politicians saying they're going to, stop the process or whatever, but is the political divide. And there might be something to that. If that is the case, we have all of those politicians in the past to blame for it. Because the political divide between me, you, and your neighbors and everybody else, it's not something we came up with. They have gone to that well. They have created the divide in order to gin up support for their programs, their party, and their ideas. To cast blame on somebody else. That has been the blame. They've just gone to the well one too many times, and it's starting to collapse. Game Day, powered by Frisch's, up next on 700 WLW.